Hello everyone, welcome to Muffin Puffer's run through of House Flipper. So just to give you an overview about what I'm going to do with this channel. So I've played through this game once. As you can see here, my account balance is 1.5 million. So I've gone through every house. I've done exactly what I thought I should do with each house, how I should go through and build it. What I want to do is look at, once you've gone through, bought every house, done everything that you need to do, what can you do with the game? Well, one of the things you can do is you can replay all of the missions. What I will do over here is I'll take a look and go through and take a look at the difference between how I originally did each one of these houses, and take a look at exactly how I sold it before, and then from there be able to go through and try and best myself, try and make more money off of each house. And that'll be kind of the goal, is knowing what I made originally on the house, and then give some tips and tricks for some of the first time runners through, of saying, you know, hey look, here's how I did this in the first time, and not run you through from the beginning of the game all the way to the end. So this is my office. So I upgraded originally my first run to the Connoisseur's house. This was the one that I stuck with as my office once I had done a couple of houses. And I'm going to first do a house run and show you what my office looks like. So I very much like taking art pieces that I've seen throughout different houses that I've toured, and taking those and putting this into this virtual game. And it's really great, this gallery feature that they added in here. This was, in my opinion, great, because I could really kind of go through, not only could I take pictures of some of the favorite things that I did throughout houses, but I could add in my own art pieces. I could go through and take things that I've seen, and then I could kind of customize it for what I was going to go through. Now again, this isn't everything that I did. I did take a few of these pictures out, because again, I want to, as I'm doing the run through, I want to do how you import things into the gallery, what's fun, what isn't fun, going through there, and just basically having some good time. So as you walk in, you can see my living room here. A lot of just kind of fun little things that I've seen in houses. This was a house when I was in LA. It's about an $18 million house, and they had these type of things, both Frank Sinatra and JFK. Just, you know, something that was just kind of wacky, off the wall. Same house here had this Share a Coke with Andy Warhol, which I just absolutely loved this piece. I thought it was great. These I just grabbed off the internet, both the Wookiee and Luke Skywalker. Over here is my kitchen. You know, pretty kind of boring, but I enjoyed the piece. I thought it was very good. Over here, this is by Salvador Dali. Saw this at the Dali Museum in Tampa Bay just a couple months ago. So I thought that was a great piece. This is a default picture. I'll probably replace that later on as we go through. And again, just grabbing some pieces to make it look a little bit more homely. Of course, if I wanted to sell this house, I could always change my mind and do something into here. Bathroom. So again, same place I got the JFK and the Frank Sinatra pictures. I found this very Art Deco, you know, kind of just awesome piece of the Venus, and going through there. Pretty standard bathroom, nothing really too great in there. So that's the bathroom. Very nice. This is again one of those houses that I enjoy. Now we'll go into the office last. So this is the bedroom. So again, you can see here I'm using the Andy shelf in just different ways. Some houses I use this right underneath the wall hanging TV, and I'll probably do that again. Just a random buddy, because why not? This is another house that I visited. This was in Berlin. Had some cool pieces inside of it. This one was actually in New York, and the other two were in Berlin. So got a little Freddie Mercury going on here. Got a little John Lennon, and then Sauter. Now, of course, this is my full wall of Brigitte Bardot. This was in a house that I saw in Texas. It was really cool. Took a picture of it, and I've used that quite extensively in the man-based places that I've done. And other than that, it's pretty standard. You know, I like the kind of lightish blues in with the darker colors as we're building things. So if I go dark inside of paint, then I generally go light for furniture, and then if I go light for for paint, then I usually go darker for furniture. And then this is my office. This is, you know, pretty standard. Got my desk. These are some of my places that I did that I really liked in my first run through, so I just made pictures of them and thrown them up on my wall. I really liked this kid's bedroom that I did. And I reused all of the furniture that was originally in the room, and I just went through and redid it. Now, this is a piece that I did. This is a piece in Photoshop that I did. It's a picture of Dock Street in London. I didn't take the picture. I do have a picture of the Dock Street in London, but mine didn't turn out nearly as well. And then this is just some random lady that I threw in there. I liked the tattoo on her back, so when I found this lady walking on the internet, I knew I had to throw her in Dock Street. Kind of throw a kind of purplish vibe into the whole picture, and I'll probably do a tutorial at one point in time how I made this picture. Threw it up my gallery because, you know, I wanted that on my wall. I will probably eventually, as I do the run through, I'll probably replace this picture with more of these, so that this is kind of more like my trophy room. And here we go. So once you've completed the game, you can replay all of the houses, and that's what I'll be doing through different video series. I'm not sure with this green one if I can actually replay the Connoisseur house, or if I eventually have to sell it. I'm hoping I can actually have two versions of this, one that I sell and one that I keep at my office. The only thing that I found in the game that I was not that jazzed up on are these houses here. I did not enjoy the bunkers. I know a lot of people, as I've seen on the internet, they've enjoyed them. It just wasn't one that I enjoyed. I actually enjoyed doing the bigger houses, where they take a little bit more time. They might take a couple hours to do everything that you wanted to do in the game, but I quite enjoyed those because they're a little bit more challenge. The way that I took this, I did a lot of the jobs first. So you can still see I have a few of the jobs there. I got it up to the point in time, not that I would do the smaller houses first. What I really wanted to do was get into the houses that I knew had a little bit more money. So the Huckster house, which is the Breaking Bad house, which has some extra money that's inside of it, and then the house that's hiding something. Those were the two houses. I think I actually got to the point where I did one house right here, one of the 62, 65 houses, and then I went to this house once I had enough to buy it, because I knew that with the house that's hiding something, it's got, you know, basically $50,000 inside of it. So I knew I could turn that house into something really cool, and that's really how I started building myself really, really easily, is doing these two houses where the extra money was automatically there. And then I think I did one of the, I did the home with the car. That was the first one I did. I sold the car to be able to finance the house. Was able to make enough that I could get the house that's hiding something. Then I could do a lot of houses, and then the Huckster house, which helped build it up. After that, it was pretty easy because I could buy a house and still have $50,000 to $60,000 for the first couple of times. And you know, this is really my first time through. You can see here, you know, how I really kind of did things. So I did the home with the car. I guess I did the many generations inside of there. So I might have done a few houses before I did that. But you know, the house that's hiding something was really what helped kick things off. And I mean, you can see here I made $137,000 on that, so it was pretty easy for me to start going through. And what I'll do is in this video series, as we're going through, before I buy the house, I'll say, look, here is the house that I bought, and then compare it. So in this one I only made $38,000, and that's because I didn't repaint the house, so it was still a big pink house. And I wanted to, in some cases, I wanted to give myself a nice and easy way of making things better later on. But for the most part here, that is, you know, what I'm going to do in this video series is not go back to the very beginning and start with all of the basic tutorials. I want to build from there, and then hopefully as new houses come on and as there's more new things to do, that's when we will, that's when I'll take a look at new things, and you'll get to see how I build a house new from the first time. So once again, thank you all if you're still around for this video, and hopefully we'll get this video series going here in the next couple of weeks. We'll have a couple of houses down. So anyways, this is Muffin Puffer signing off, and once again, keep a hold of yourself and keep going. Thank you.